Hello everyone, welcome to Ignition.
Hello again. So this is our sum up of, we've done a series on electric vehicles, so hopefully you've watched those before. This one, it doesn't really matter because this is our recommendation.
True.
So we're looking at sub
40,000
sterling.
Sterling pounds, yes.
What's that in
about
euros?
Probably only about 43, isn't it?
Dollars.
Dollars? Oh, 40, high 40s?
Rand.
What? Are you asking me for different currencies?
Yeah, Rand. Australian dollar.
I don't know.
Baht.
Currencies, I'm not really into that.
Anyway.
Do you know the answer?
No.
What a man. So, this is our recommendation, isn't it?
These are our recommendations, so we're sorry if we've bored you already.
It's
so,
all right.
Basically, if you're interested in an electric vehicle, the electric vehicle database is where you need to be. That will give you all the stats.
It will.
They're who we use.
They are, yeah, they're who we use. Oh, that's a bit of a tongue twister, sorry. And fully charged do Maddie Goes Electric. So that's a whole episode, isn't it, and series on buying and everything that goes with an electric car.
Yeah, so if you know nothing, that is where you go. You start
by
with Maddie. That's
do.
where you start. Once you've done that, you start doing your research.
You do.
You then watch us a bit more because we're bloody gorgeous.
We are.
Yeah, I'm more gorgeous than him, but you're going to turn into this. Anyway, moving on. Next picky.
Yep.
So what we've done is we've watched a lot of reviews.
We have.
Too many, really.
So I'm smiling because you're just absolutely insane. Anyway.
I don't think that's very fair.
I think it is.
I don't think that's very fair. I'm not like my mother at all.
Right, anyway, let's not talk about that. So, these are our recommendations.
So, we will
Let's
go...
start.
Where should we start?
Let's start at this end with the Hyundai Kona and Kia Niro.
See, that's where you're sharper than me. I'd have gone this end.
Yeah, but that's because you're looking at that. You're forgetting that it's printed. It's flint.
God, I am really stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched a few of us because I love watching us and we need a view.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered how you point at the right thing and I point at the wrong thing.
Yeah, but it's because your little brain doesn't compute that.
So if I want to point at the Kona, I've got to point over there.
Yes.
Wow.
Top corner.
I want to point there.
See, if you look on our little camera there, you can see the top corner, so it's going to be around here.
Yeah.
Especially just don't point at anything.
I'm not going to, but I can't.
So, Hyundai Kona and Kia Niro. So they're our recommendation for
if you've got, the first thing you have to do once you've watched Maddie Goes Electric and done your research is do your own research about how far you are going to travel, because you do not travel as far as you think you do.
Very true.
In my own opinion.
No, I totally agree.
And if you've got off-road parking, you can charge it yourself. 90% of the time range is irrelevant.
True.
Because if you charge it every night, which takes no effort, your car is going to be fully charged in the morning.
It is.
And away you go about your daily business.
Fully charged.
So unless you are plodding the motorway all day long, and I mean all day long, any of these cars are going to do you.
They will.
So
they all do nearly 200 plus, don't they?
Yeah, except for the middle three.
The middle two.
Middle two. So first off, it's all about research. Do your research. We can't tell you enough to do your research about how far you travel, because why buy and spend a lot of money on a battery that you're not going to use? There is no point.
True.
So if you can have a smaller vehicle, so our centre pairing here, the Honda and the Mini, are smaller, sexier, one could argue better made cars.
Yes.
With a much smaller range than the Kona or the Niro.
Yes, and you're not gonna, well, you might see as many, but they're slightly more
exclusive.
Exclusive, different.
Yes. And the Mini, as a good example, is a quality BMW manufactured product. It's got a smaller battery, so therefore it's the same price as the Niro, which has got a larger battery.
Yes.
One would argue is a cheaper car.
You would.
In quality. One would argue.
Yes.
Obviously with the Mini you can spec it up to the eyeballs, but so our theory is that if you really do need to regularly do over 250 miles or 350 kilometers a day, you need a Kona or a Niro.
Yes. And then I was just computing that in my small brain. But then in the centre, the Honda E and the Mini, like we said, they're more for style. Yeah, lifestyle, more style points. So if you're sort of just going to the shops, this, that and the other, they're much better suited for there because they don't have this long range, do they?
No. They're in the same sort of 120 mile, 180 kilometre.
Very much city cars. Very much city cars, especially with that Honda E's turning radius. Very much a city car. But awesome.
Fantastic cars.
Great party trick, that.
Yeah, both trendy, sexy vehicles, where you would argue possibly that the Kona and the Nero aren't, although I think that Kona is very sexy. I know you prefer the Nero, strangely enough.
It's funny,
we'll come on to that, though.
We will.
Far Side, which is here.
Yes, he's got it right.
Get in.
That'd be funny if it was wrong. That would be so funny.
You went, did I spit there?
Probably. Right, let's not look for it.
I don't do that very often, allegedly.
Right.
Now, the Zoe and the Leaf are in the far corner there.
They are.
Because they have been around for a long time. They have the experience and the knowledge of how to make an electric car.
They do. They've got that infrastructure of reliability, haven't they?
Yeah, I had a customer who had the very, very first Nissan Leaf, which would now be, crikey, 13 years old.
Yeah, way over 10 years.
10 years old. Still driving it.
Is he?
No problems.
It's great.
No problems at all. And they just go on and on and on. And the battery reliability is not worth discussing.
No.
The reliability, there's nothing in them to go wrong.
True.
Servicing costs are so much less. So the future, I think, looks bright.
It does. Very bright.
But we've put those over there. So our recommendations, we'll go to each one. You've got Zoe and Leaf for credibility, you know are going to be reliable. Both new models. The Zoe's just been updated, although it looks identical outside.
Well, they've kept, that is the massive thing, isn't it? That explains it all.
Don't fix it. Lovely looking car.
They've kept them nigh on identical.
Which having out the two, which is our recommendation. You ever think?
I am, because I like both.
You've changed your mind.
But I'm having the Zoe.
Same here.
Yeah.
So it's Zoe for us. I don't think there's much argument. The Zoe is nice, quality car, good range.
And smallish.
Yeah,
compact.
it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Cheaper than the Leaf, got a better range than the Leaf. It's the Zoe.
It's the Zoe.
We're now looking at images everything.
We are.
I would personally probably take the Mini.
Okay.
And I would take the Mini because I just like Minis.
Just like Minis.
It's a little bit sexier. The quality is going to be a little bit better than the Honda. Although I think that Honda, you've got to take your hat off to them. I think they've done a fantastic job. I like it.
It's totally different to anything else.
I'm not keen on the inside of all of those screens.
I think once I'd driven it, I'd go Mini.
Yeah, I think I'd go Mini.
Yeah.
And then I know we've got a split decision here. I'm Kona.
I'm Nero.
Tell me again why.
Nero, I personally think it looks better. I know you don't, but I think it looks slightly more butch. A bit like me. A bit more butch, a bit more stocky.
I'm definitely not butch or stocky.
No, I like that. And I think the interior is a slightly better design. The Hyundai looks like it would be good for my mother or you.
Yeah, and I think
simple.
For me, if you're going to take one of those top 6 cars, when it comes down to it, your money is probably safest and best spent on a Zoe.
I tend to agree with you. Yeah.
It may be the more boring option and the safest option, but I think out of all of those cars, if I wanted something, because one of these is going to last you a long time.
It is.
Unless you hire it for a 3-year period or something like that. If you're putting your own money into it, I would put my money in a Zoe.
I would totally agree with you.
But then I wouldn't.
That's
because
very true.
I would save up, and our final recommendation, and we'll tell you for why, is we'd buy a Tesla.
We would, but that's money, no object.
Well, it's not a Model 3, a Model 3
Well, that's very true. I mean, you're talking Nero money, really, aren't you?
Yeah, a Model 3, I think you can get into a Model 3 for around 40 grand.
40 grand,
And most of the others are knocking on 35-ish grand.
Yes.
You could probably get a dealer to one of those. I mean, I can't imagine you're going to get the Mini's a bit cheaper. I think it's 30, isn't it?
Yes.
I think the Mini's actually quite a competitive argument.
It is, surprisingly.
I'm sure the Leaf and the Zoe have got deals to be done.
Yep.
So we don't, what you pay at the dealer is what the cost is not what the manufacturer's recommended retail price is.
True.
You can do a deal. Now the Tesla, the reason I would recommend the Tesla is because of the charging station.
And the infrastructure of that is class.
But I come back to, do your research in what you need.
Yes.
If you need to go a long distance, you need a Tesla.
For sure, every day of the week.
So have a look at Harry's Garage. If you haven't looked at that, he does a very good test in the Tesla Model 3. And then go back into his catalogue and he does a test in the Jaguar I-Pace.
He does.
Struggles to charge that. In fact, drives into a Tesla bank, there's 20 of them all empty, and he can't charge the Jag on the normal infrastructure. And that's the problem you've got with the other 6.
Yeah, it's the most important thing, isn't it? Charging. That's like filling up with petrol and not having the right size nozzle.
It's daft, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
That's the annoying thing, is that they're all using slightly different charging stations. You're using... If you've got an electric vehicle, you need to have an account with X number of different people, depending on where you're going, to use their charging stations. If you're with Tesla, the car does it.
It does.
You know, when you get the car knows where all the charging stations are. You drive up to it. It opens the hatch for you, you plug it in, you go get your coffee, you come back, it charges vastly quicker than any of the others, and you drive off. You don't have to pay a bill, you don't have to get a card out, because the car and the network talk to each other.
Yeah, it's way above the others, isn't it?
So why the owners of Honda, Hyundai, BMW, Nissan, and all the others don't get their asses round a table and try and compete with Tesla by all using the same damn charger, get all the charging networks together and say, we need to make sure that the car deals with the charging, not the driver.
Why it's not universal is beyond me. It's ridiculous.
I mean, we're simple people.
We are, simple things. You don't go to a petrol station, like I say, and you've got a different size nozzle. That's just not how it works.
You know, if Shell had a nozzle that was that wide and BP had one that was that wide, okay, you could get your BP one in the Shell, but you can't go to new Shell.
No, exactly, it would be ridiculous,
stupid.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's absolutely stupid, and why they can't get their asses into gear is beyond me. So someone should put some legislation in. The UK should go, if you're not all using the same charging facilities and your network don't all accept the same payment
methods, you can't have it. No. You can't use it.
No, and something needs to be done, but Tesla have got it absolutely spot on.
They have.
And for the moment, but come back to the key is, if you've got your own drive or garage and you can put your own charging box on, you don't need to worry about the network. And that's when it doesn't matter. So you can buy any of these cars, but it's all about your lifestyle at the moment.
Very
and
true.
You need to work out your lifestyle. So if I could 100% not worry about going long distances, it's a Zoe.
Yeah, a Zoe.
And it surprises me, because I would have never thought I would pick the Zoe, but at the moment my head would pick the Zoe.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
My heart would probably pick a Mini.
Yeah.
But it's not as practical or as useful.
No, totally agree with you.
So there we are. So test drive them all, as we've just flicked through. Test drive them all.
And research.
And research. Don't listen to a word anyone says. You've got to do the research. But use Maddie Goes Electric and Fully Charge as a resource.
Yes.
Go to the website that we've put the link in for. That's got every single car on it. And then if you've got the money, go and buy a Tesla.
Yeah, that's a very simple
take us
answer.
for a blooming drive.
Yeah, let us have a spin.
Yeah. Let us rag it for you.
But all the links will be in the description. I'll put in reviews.
If he remembers.
No, I'll put in reviews for each one, so you can go and check them all out. All our best recommended reviews down below.
Yeah.
And buy a Tesla.
Buy a Tesla. And that's it. Buy a Tesla and take us for a spin and let us rag it for you.